Good morning, my wicked people, and welcome back to Wicked-Whiskers. In today's round, I'm going to present a new razor which I received from Caveem company. I think they are under the same umbrella of Zomchi, so I expected something similar, but to my very surprise is that this package is very thin, so it maybe looks like a large box of cigarettes. So if you're planning to receive it in the mailbox, it will definitely be a doable. Let's see. The package contains everything you need. You get the 5 complimentary blades, QR code for additional information, and let's see how everything is put together. Let's unassemble everything. I will also use their complimentary blades for this round, just to see how entire package works. So let's unwrap it. We have traditional bullet pins. This is actually champagne coloring, so it does have this matte finish. The material is very light. I'm not sure is it aluminum or some casted alloy, but it feels very pleasant under the fingers. I think this is the largest handle which I have. Also, here it is. Pretty nice threading. So I guess it is some sort of aluminum alloy, because the Zamek would not feel that pleasant. When it comes to blade exposure, it looks pretty nice, pretty even on both sides. And by the head design, it also resembles pretty much as Wilkinson Sword Classic. So for my hands, I would say this is more than sufficient. Maybe even a little bit longer than I would like. But still, I think it is even lighter than the Hansen AL13. So if you like longer razors, light razors, I think this could be a very good option. And let me just lather quickly with Pro Raso Red, and I will get back to shave. Alright, I think I went a little bit too wild with Omega Professional brush, because I let it soak a little bit more, and now I have way too much leather for my needs, but who knows, just in case if I need a second pass, it will be quite handy. So let's see how this razor performs. Alright. Right from the start, it has pretty frisky sound, you know, like, I cannot explain it. I would say that it feels like the cutting angle is very shallow, you know, like just gently gliding over the skin. So definitely not a skin digger. If this is something which you hate, then this could be a pretty good option. I don't have too much of a blade sensation, although by the sound it makes, it feels like there is a big blade exposure, you know, like you have that thin metal sound which is like so it sounds aggressive, but actually on the skin it feels very mild, like and the height of the razor head, I thought it would be a little bit more pronounced, but so far I think it's more optical illusion, because I could swear that this razor actually has a very flat blade, which is somehow very gently hidden inside the razor head. If you get me on this part. And it almost drives me to go a little bit faster, because it feels like one of that razors which simply cannot do any harm to the skin. And for such a small blade gap, it is rinsing perfectly, so it is also very loud razor for such a small blade gap. You know, it's almost like that new engines in the cars. They seems to have a small horsepower ratio, but when they growl from the exhaust, they sound much more powerful than they are. But this is pretty efficient razor. I cannot comprehend the difference in loudnesses of the cutting. How mild it feels on the skin. It seems to have quite a large blade exposure, but doesn't feel aggressive at all. And certainly doesn't feel very heavy on the skin, so maybe this is one of that products which are intended to be used by ladies as well, you know, for armpits, for legs. Definitely very comfortable sensation. Not too much of leftovers. I would say that neck is wonderfully clean. I do sense some, you know, skin whisker tips, but mainly because of the cutting angle, you know. Like it is cutting very shallow, you know, more like just skimming the skin. So it is not scraping skin surface that much, and you know, like very pointy sharpened pencil, if that makes sense, because the skin feels wonderful. I don't sense some large skipped areas, which I have on certain portions of my skin, but in overall, maybe the best description is that it really has a very shallow angle between the skin and the razor blade. So we will see this cleanup pass how it stands. And even now I don't sense any weight on my skin, you know. With some razors this second pass would feel a little bit uncomfortable, but this is really, really nice and smooth. And almost BBS, like I'm really struggling to catch a few whiskers here and there. Maybe some other razors could be more efficient, but definitely the second pass would not feel this way. Very interesting one. I think it is mainly sold on Amazon, which I don't have ability to use in Serbia. They have pretty complicated shipping procedure, and I think this is fairly reasonably priced. Somewhere in that range of 15-20 bucks maybe, I don't know. And I don't have any issues with the long handle, as I feared on my first look. So this is actually pretty nice razor. It has very nice shaving dynamic, you know. It's barking a lot, but it's not biting. So definitely excellent, mild option. It's like you have a very mean dog which is in the cage or box. So the blade in this razor is making much more noise than you would feel from aggression, but still, when it comes to cutting, very minimal feedback. The only leftovers are in these weird growing areas, you know. Very nice on the chin as well. I'm still puzzled how noisy this razor is. Almost as the blade is screaming, and you would expect some nicks or weepers, but actually it is so gentle and so convenient to use that I cannot connect these two facts in my head, you know. Yeah, really, really nice. Who would tell? Excellent razor. Now with Proraso Red, I think I maybe went a little bit too thick, because one side is rinsed perfectly while the other still has some soap, but it's not a big deal. So let's check the aftershave feel. Yeah, maybe it could be more efficient on this area, but on the other hand, it is very, very skin friendly, so definitely for ladies, for people with sensitive skin, if you want something light, with light feel and no feedback at all. A little bit too much alcohol in my eyes and the nose, but pretty nice, pretty smooth shave, so I'm now questioning my other razors. Do they also have maybe a little bit steeper, shaving angle like R41? I would say that if you take a look of the handle, now it will grab, so it's more like 30 degrees. If I take the Caveem, it is much more open, you see, like 45, 50, maybe even 60 degrees in this angle. So it is definitely like very gently skimming the skin. So my sensation is pretty different, not in a bad way, because this is pretty smooth, pretty nice. Also the Caveem blade worked quite well. Nice finish. There is no soapy residues on the bottom, as you can see. So, like with Zomchi, definitely some nice baked coating to make it dirt repellent. I really don't have nothing to complain. So, if you like this razor, feel free to investigate yourself, assess is the pricing good, do you need something from that range, mild, long handle, lightweighted. For everything else, I will start my day with a big smile. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye.